Hey guys, welcome back to Andy's Dinosaur Reviews, and I think it's about time we dive into these other Captivz. These are the brand new Captivz Smash and Hatch figures. It says crack and reveal. Obviously, we can bring them up here, take a closer look. You basically have some dinosaurs in slime. This is very old school when it comes to the Captivz brand. Originally, that's how the figures were. They were just basically in slime all the time, and then I think maybe it was after the first series that they started to put them in separate packages, so you have the slime separate from the figures themselves. However, it looks like we've kind of gone old school here as far as this set goes. You can see there are 8 dinos to collect. I do only have 6 here right now, so we'll see how we do as far as these figures go. And again, if they are brand new, we can see they look like they are maybe like metallic or something similar. I'm not really sure, but we'll see, I guess, once we pop these open exactly what we've got inside. So let's go ahead and start with this egg, and then we'll of course move on to the others. So I do want to give a shout out and a thank you to Playwise Partners and Toymonster International for hooking me up with a few of these. They sent 3 of them over. I went and grabbed the other 3. So again, I did want to state that. But you can see as far as the packaging goes, basically we've got a nice little egg here. We've got the Jurassic World logo on the front, and then you can see kind of like a very cool patterning and stuff to the egg itself. So I guess the next point would be to maybe crack them open. I don't know if we can just pull it. Oh, well, I accidentally cracked it with my fingers, and now you can see inside there is just some very interesting slime. But what's good is this isn't like, you know, the real like regular slime where it's all over the place. This one is actually kind of a bit of a harder slime, which is weird. It's almost like a gel, which in a way is kind of neat because it actually makes the egg look really cool. And we can see how the egg shells have now kind of broken. And if you really wanted to, you could probably clean this stuff off of, yeah, absolutely. So you can technically clean this stuff off of the eggshells and then keep the eggshells itself so that you can use those in dioramas of dinosaurs hatching and stuff. That's pretty neat. So just something, you know, that my mind just came up with right there. But obviously we've got ourselves a dinosaur in here, and it looks actually like it is the Carnotaurus. Yes, it absolutely is, which is the one that we see on the front of the packaging. So that's really cool to straight away have my favorite dinosaur of all time as the one that's in the egg. So I just got to get this guy all cleaned up and out of the egg, and we'll check him out. So here is the Carnotaurus, and I must say this one was definitely a tricky one to get out. The actual slime that is on, at least on this one, was pretty tough to actually get off of the figure, and it does take a while, and as you can see, some areas still have a little bit of slime, but the Carnotaurus overall is pretty decent. Of course, it's got like a nice grayish tone with some dark washes, and then we have like kind of like a light reddish sort of a tone moving over the top. We have the inside of the mouth painted, the teeth, the eyes. I don't think we've had this exact paint variant of the Carnotaurus previously, so that's definitely exciting to see a new paint variant of the Carno in the line. I am hoping at some point they release a new sculpt for the Carnotaurus, because this one, oh boy, we're still finding more of the slime. This one is based off of Toro. You can see it because of the scars here on the face. And again, they've been updating some of their sculpts like the Ankylosaurus, even the Mosasaurus for Rebirth with the supersized version. The Spino now has a new sculpt and stuff, so like I'm really hoping we get a new sculpt for the Carnotaurus at some point, because Toymonster International has absolutely been killing it with their sculpts lately. But we can basically get a pretty good feel for this Carnotaurus, and I'm actually really excited to see that these are not metallic figures. I don't know why I thought initially that they were all metallic figures inside, but clearly they are not. So we've got the next egg. This time we're actually going to crack it the right way, I think. So as you can see, once you kind of smash it down, it does crack open. Fingers crossed it's not the Carno. It's definitely not the Carnotaurus again. I don't know who that is in there, but I can very clearly tell you it is not the Carnotaurus. I actually don't know. Oh, I think it's the Pyroraptor. It might be a Pyroraptor. It looks like a red Pyroraptor, so maybe this one is a metallic figure. So I guess there's a mixture of regular and metallics. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this guy out entirely, and then we'll check it out when it's cleaned off. So here is our Pyroraptor. It absolutely is a metallic red version. Kind of looks familiar. Like I think we have definitely, well, we've for sure had a metallic Pyroraptor in the past. Again, more slime I'm finding. but I don't remember if it was exactly this tone of red. So I don't know if these are just repacks or if they are all new paint variants, but if they are new paint variants, this specific metallic Pyroraptor is very similar to the older one. So some of these eggs have some very interesting stuff going on. This one seems to be like overloaded with glue or something inside, which is interesting, but we're just going to go ahead, pop this open, and we'll see who's in it. There we go. Does not look like we have a repeat. Oh, I don't know what this is. It's a pterosaur. I think it's the Dimorphodon. So here is the Dimorphodon. You can see this one is a nice dark tone. Looks like maybe it was like a grayish tone, and then they applied a really dark wash, a pretty intense dark wash, so that, of course, I'm going to continue to find slime on it. But so it basically overtakes the majority of the body color, and then you can also see like some yellowish tones out there on the skin of the wings, and then of course you have the eyes and the inside of the mouth and everything painted as well. But that's a pretty fun variant as far as the Dimorphodon goes. So far we've been lucky enough not to get any repeats. Now that I said that, I'll probably screw myself over, but you can see again another egg here has a little bit of a leaking problem. Some of the slime has run out, but we're going to go ahead and crack it open and see if the leaky egg is a repeat or... oh, it definitely is not a repeat. I can't tell what it is, but it looks metallic again. So I'm going to go ahead, try to pull this open a little bit more. Oh, it's a Giganotosaurus, and it looks like a metallic version. So let me go ahead, move this out of here, clean it off, and we'll see what it looks like. So here is the metallic Giganotosaurus. You can see it's like a really light, almost like a... mint sort of green sort of metallic tone. It's pretty cool. Definitely a neat looking version. Again, I have to look and see if these are the same as some of the older ones that were released or if they're all new paint variants. I still haven't figured that out because some of them look pretty familiar and some of them look maybe not so familiar. It's hard to tell. So let's see if we finally got our first repeat. It is the Dimorphodon again, unfortunately. So let's pull this one out. So again, the Dimorphodon, same exact one we just had a moment ago. Again, with more slime on it. I can't seem to get it all off no matter what I do. And then the final egg is... another, I was going to say another Dimorphodon, but it is not. It is actually a Quetzalcoatlus. So let's go ahead and take that one out. So here is the Quetzalcoatlus, and this one is definitely the Jurassic World Dominion sculpt, and it looks like it is the Jurassic World Dominion. I don't have the head on all the way, but it looks like it is the Jurassic World Dominion color scheme as well. So I think this one here is definitely a repack. I can't say for sure, but it absolutely, to me, looks like it is the same figure from the Jurassic World Dominion line, potentially, as far as the Quetzalcoatlus goes, which may mean that all of these figures are possibly repacks from previous waves, but until I do a little bit of digging, I don't think I can say that for sure. We do have pieces of eggshell and stuff laying around here, but either way, again, there are 8 to collect in this line. Clearly, I didn't get all of them, especially since I got a repeat of the Dimorphodon, but this does give you at least a little bit of a sample of what awaits you if you purchase some of these particular Captivz eggs. So if you are interested in these, check your local Walmart. Again, that's where I found half of these. The other half came from Toymonster International and Playways Partners, so again, a big thank you goes out to them. So check your local Walmart, grab some of these if you'd like to, and of course, like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next review. Thanks for watching.